The following is a live sports presentation of Glycod. GLICOD.com.
Glycod's coverage of Central Kentucky high school basketball starts now. Presented by Bluegrass Community and Technical College.
Just 3 weeks out of the district basketball tournament, the games increase in enormity. I'm Chris Labar. He's Tim Glenn, former Scott County boys basketball coach. And welcome to the farm. Tim, tonight it's Sayre and Frederick Douglass, the Broncos, red hot, winners of 12 straight games.
Red hot. It's a special night for them with it being senior night. Coach alluded. That's a tough game to have to come play a big district game and do it on a senior night. So I mean, there's some sentimental to it, but yeah, no doubt about it. The Broncos are hot, and the Spartans are coming in hoping to catch them on a downside.
So the Broncos 4 for 4 in first place inside District 42, but you look at spots 2 through 4. Put them in a hat between Henry Clay, Bryan Station, and these Sayre Spartans.
It's a lottery pick. Sayre can, they're just going to keep getting better. I'm sure we'll talk on this as we go throughout the beginning of this broadcast. But it's just, they're just the strides they're making. Coach Goodman, he'll allude to that as well in the interview that we had, and just how they've come on the football editions and they've come together. And so those kinds of things, both these teams have glue that's special. I've seen them both from the beginning to now, and they both got better.
And the storyline for Sayre, I think, certainly is, the football players getting more acclimated with basketball. Here we are about 75% through the season, and they're becoming a well-oiled machine.
Yeah, I mean, and that's sometimes that's a really hard thing to do for a coach, and I think both these guys have done a great job of bringing these guys together and improving them and giving them a chance to be a first or second place in this district.
Sayre is 14-6. Frederick Douglass 17-2. So glad you joined us tonight for Central Kentucky high school basketball on Glycod. Up next, Tim will chat with Sayre head basketball coach Rob Goodman. That is straight ahead. Be right back.
Central Kentucky Driving School is raising the bar in driver education because the safety of their students is too important for anything less. Offering driver training for teens and adults, Central Kentucky Driving School will equip you with the skills needed to become a safe and confident driver. A proud community partner, Central Kentucky Driving School invests in their students and families and guides you every step of the way. For more information, give them a call at 859-538-7775 or visit drivecky.com.
A new year means next-level math, but even the best teachers can't always provide the personal attention each child needs. Mathnasium has a solution to help any student excel. Our caring, highly trained instructors use a range of teaching modes that ensure true foundational understanding. We're not about rote memorization. The Mathnasium method develops the critical thinking and problem-solving skills they need to succeed, with the option to learn face-to-face online at home or face-to-face at one of our 1,000 neighborhood learning centers. Mathnasium, we're changing lives through math.
When it comes to vaping, the truth can get clouded. So let's make it clear. Vaping is not safe for youth.
Because vaping can put microscopic particles into your lungs.
And dangerous things like metals into your body.
And nicotine, which can harm a person's brain development through their mid-20s.
With appealing flavors, high nicotine levels, and lots of promotion on social media.
Many kids think vaping is harmless, but it's not.
So talk to your kids about the risks of vaping.
Because when you talk, they hear you.
With fast signs, create striking custom visuals that inspire pride district-wide. Fast signs, make your statement.
Let's get real. We offer a lot of the same courses you'll find at a four-year college. But with our small classes and personal attention, you won't get lost in the crowd. College for the real world. College for your world.
At Don Franklin, we're about more than just selling cars. We're about families, generations of them. Founded by my parents in 1968, we've been here growing alongside you. From the first family car to the newest model for the next generation, our values of trust, care, and commitment are in every handshake, every deal. With over 5,000 vehicles to choose from, check them all out at donfranklinauto.com. Don Franklin, driven by family.
People want to define Gen Z, but that's our job.
I wait tables, but last week I built a field hospital.
I put out a forest fire.
I stopped 1,000 attackers.
And a natural disaster.
I've saved lives.
And led a team on patrol.
I serve.
Well, I go to school full-time while I work full-time.
The greater the challenge, the stronger we become.
This edition of Coach's Comments is brought to you by the Kentucky Army National Guard. Serve your country while going to school or work full-time. Find your fit at nationalguard.com.
All right, here this evening with Coach Rob Goodman in his 12th season at Sayre. Coach, it's good to see you on this end, not have to stand on the other side of the scorers table
good
from
to
you.
see you. You beat me plenty of times.
Well, we beat one another. So, but I always appreciated your knowledge of the game and your cordialness as a coach, and know that you've got a lot of investment in Sayre basketball in that school. And speak about some of that and what that means to you.
Well, that means a lot. Of course, I graduated there, and my wife graduated there, and that's where we met. And then we sent our 3 kids there. I had the fortunate job, or whatever we call it, of coaching my son, and we had a good season that year, his senior year, and you know what goes into it. It's a labor of love, and
sure.
And you put a lot into it, and sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, but we're having a good time, and I'm just proud of Sayre. We can, you're very familiar with the district we compete in. It's the best in the state, and I feel like we're competitive, and it may not be that way every single year, but we've built the program to where we're not scared to play, and we're just ready to take the floor and see what happens.
Make great strides under you, and I will always agree with you. I've said that many times, and there's been many times where we get outside this district, like, man, we're playing in the toughest district in the state. Yeah. By the end of the year, almost everybody in the state will agree with us. But when they see what we've had to endure, and but it gives you a chance. I think if you can get out of this district with a winner or runner-up, you've got a chance in the region. You agree with that?
I do. Well, what they say, iron sharpens iron. So I think it certainly helped us improve our program, and I think all across the board. I think we're all getting better, and hopefully in the region tournament, we'll show what we can do.
What strides have your kids made, Sayre, this year's team, that's got you better and getting more prepared to going into the district here in the next few weeks?
Well, we're different than last year. Last year we had a couple of shooters that could stretch out a zone. This year it's been a little while trying to get the shooters acclimated again since football season. Football obviously went a little longer. Fortunately we won the state championship, which is great, but it kind of delayed our getting those guys on the floor and getting their touch with the ball, and they're slowly but surely getting there. We keep telling our guys, look, our upside is greater than everybody else's right now because you guys are a month behind. So we're still improving. Everybody else may be about where they need to be, and so we've got a chance to make some strides.
That's awesome. Now, tell me this. Big district game. You're at Douglas this evening. They're having a great year. They've really come together, even better so than what I thought under Coach Garvin. He's done a great job with them. But what's keys for you guys to come out on top tonight here?
Well, he's done an outstanding job. The number one key is composure. They're going to get after you. They're going to change defenses on you. We've got to be able to handle that and limit our turnovers and get ourselves an offense to get a good shot. We've got to be great defensively, especially transition defense, because they get out and go. They get to the rim quick. And then every night, the only key, every single night in this district is rebounding the ball. If you can rebound the ball, you got a chance in the game.
I think that's hit the nail on the head, Coach. I hope you get every one of those things for the Spartans to go right tonight.
Thank you.
Good luck to you.
Appreciate it.
Yep.
People want to define Gen Z, but that's our job.
I wait tables, but last week I built a field hospital.
I put out a forest fire.
I stopped 1,000 attackers.
And a natural disaster.
I've saved lives.
and led a team on patrol.
I serve.
Well, I go to school full-time.
While I work full-time.
The greater the challenge, the stronger we become.
Make a bold impression when you show up in a new Kia from Cartown Kia.
Save $4,250 off a new 2024 Kia Sorento, or lease for $279 down and $279 per month. And new 2024 Kia Fortes, just $229 down and $229 per month. Or save more with rates as low as 0.9%.
And don't forget our 10-year, 100,000-mile limited warranty. Give them something to talk about in a new Kia from Cartown Kia and CartownKiaUSA.com.
Calling all football fans. Come on down to Roosters, where the wings are hot, the drinks are cold, and the good times never stop. Roosters is where you can catch all the action of the game and enjoy a delicious meal. Choose from 15 varieties of sauces. Even try our burgers, salads, and out-of-this-world pizzas. Something for everyone at Roosters. Dine in, carry out, or let us cater. Open late for the Night Owls. Visit our Richmond Road location or off Nicholasville Road by Walmart.
I love Head Start.
Children love Head Start, and you will too. Community Action Council's prep academies are hiring now. Head Start is an early childhood education program for children from birth to age 5. Help us give more children the Head Start advantage.
Teacher, what are you waiting for?
Join our team of dedicated education professionals. Apply online today at comaction.org. What are you waiting for?
Are you an HVAC and refrigeration tech looking for new opportunities? Tech24 is your single source for commercial HVAC, refrigeration, and kitchen equipment maintenance all across the country. We have exciting career opportunities with great pay and benefits in your area. To learn more, contact Brad at 864-549-8344 and check us out on the web at mytech24.com. 864-549-8344.
You're watching Central Kentucky High School Basketball from Glycod.
Tonight's game is authorized by Frederick Douglass High School with production rights owned by Glycod. Our aim is to provide the most positive representation for all participating student athletes, coaches, and game personnel. Thank you for watching. This Sayre program in the last 2.5 years, Tim, they've won 66% of their games. It really speaks to the culture that Coach Goodman has instilled.
It really has, and just, you know, like he said, you know, they don't go into a game. There was a time that in this district, you know, that was really tough on Sayre to play in this district just because it was just really hard for them to be sometimes competitive. But I'll tell you what, that is no longer the case. They are not afraid, and they are not afraid to come in here and win a district if they give half the chance to.
You look at some of those numbers, and I think really to break through, they do have to shoot free throws better. They're sub 60%.
And like I say, some of that is you know, you got a lot of these football guys that have been on the football field. They're some of the guys that's getting a lot of the free throws. So, like you say, the more they acclimate, the more reps they get in the gym. And I know Rob, he knows he's a skills coach, and he'll have those guys in there. And by the time, give them 2 or 3 more weeks. 2 or 3 more weeks will matter. 2 or 3 more weeks in the gym will make a difference.
Let's take one more look at the district standings because that's the storyline here in the next few weeks. Again, Douglass appears to have the top seed wrapped up. But how do you handicap teams 2, 3, and 4, and what is the importance of tonight's game?
You know, a 2-3 gives you that it's hard to explain. I can remember we were on the verge in 2020 of being we were in that a 3-4 situation. And wound up in the last 2 weeks, we got hot, we won out, and we got into where we were the 2 seed, which was huge. We had to play Bryan Station the first round of the tournament. Wound up being a thing where we had to hit a last-second shot to win it. Okay? We won that. We lost in the district. We went on and won our next 3 games and beat number 1 Catholic in the 2020 championship. So what I'm saying is, this district, you've got to be in that mix, but that gave us a great scenario that we did not have to play them, Douglas, that year as well on that first-round game, and that's so important.
And Sayre, a little bit of a mixed bag. They lost at home handily to Henry Clay, although, maybe the football players just getting back in the thick of things. But then last week, almost won at station, losing overtime.
Sure, and, like I say, this is something that this game matters too, because it's a way that you're going to be able to feel these guys out in the position they're in right now. They would have to win that first round extra game, the 4-5 seed, if the standings stay the same, and this could be their first round game in the district.
Sure could.
So it could be very important in the progression, but I'm not sure if they're out of that race just yet. I can't tell you the amount of times that I've had to go and sit. Billy, Coach Hicks would never go if there was a tie situation, is a coin flip. So you go in, sit in front of the athletic directors, and somebody got to decide who got to call the coin flip. So we had that quite a few times in this district.
Not very anticlimactic, but the formula nonetheless. These 2 teams, by the way, will play again next Friday.
Yes.
So there you go, Valentine's night.
Wow.
So there you go.
Wow.
Up next, we'll chat with Murray Garvin. Is there a hotter team in the state than the Broncos? There aren't many, and you'll hear from Coach Garvin. He'll chat with our Tim Glenn in just a moment. You're watching Central Kentucky High School basketball from Glycon.
New year means next level math, but even the best teachers can't always provide the personal attention each child needs. Mathnasium has a solution to help any student excel. Our caring, highly trained instructors use a range of teaching modes that ensure true foundational understanding. We're not about rote memorization. The Mathnasium method develops the critical thinking and problem-solving skills they need to succeed, with the option to learn face-to-face online at home or face-to-face at one of our 1,000 neighborhood learning centers. Mathnasium, we're changing lives through math.
At Don Franklin, we're about more than just selling cars. We're about families, generations of them. Founded by my parents in 1968, we've been here growing alongside you. From the first family car to the newest model for the next generation, our values of trust, care, and commitment are in every handshake, every deal. With over 5,000 vehicles to choose from, check them all out at DonFranklinAuto.com. Don Franklin, driven by family.
New recruit, take advantage of our apprenticeship program. Come out of our 4-year course debt-free. With health insurance, a guaranteed pension, a degree, and an electrical license.
3 words I'd use to describe the apprenticeship are opportunity, skillful, educational,
solid career path,
rewarding, beneficial, and a brotherhood.
A life-changing opportunity.
The cost of school is free. All your books are paid for.
You go to school once every 2 weeks. All the other stuff is on-the-job training.
The teachers here are great. They're all very, very knowledgeable.
They're preparing you for what you're already seeing in the field.
If you're struggling with something in school, sometimes your fellow students can help you work through that.
Everyone's willing to help each other. It's like a big family.
I love being a part of a union, something bigger than myself.
This field is so vast. You can find something that you really love to do because there is so much you can do with it.
I went from a job to a life-changing career.
Power up your potential with the IBEW.
Home of excellent service, support, and satisfaction, Lexington Outdoor Power Equipment is your one-stop mower shop. Family owned since 1985, Lexington Outdoor offers top brands like Husqvarna, Toro, Grasshopper, and Echo. Plus, free pickup and delivery. Located just 2 miles west of Douglas High School, they're open weekdays and most Saturday mornings. For more info, stop in or visit their website at lexoutdoorpower.com. Lexington Outdoor Power Equipment, the right equipment for the right job.
Stuck on the road? Call Martin's Peterbilt Mobile Service. Our 24/7 commercial roadside service, truck and trailer repair, and warranty service will have you back on the road in no time. Call us 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Martin's Peterbilt, keeping you rolling.
You're watching Central Kentucky High School basketball from Glycod.
The Carrier Dome, and we've been to Madison.
Here this evening, Coach Murray Garvin, his first year at Frederick Douglass High School, but definitely not your first time in the saddle as a head coach. There's no doubt about that. I know you've seen a lot of different basketball venues and places, and an interesting resume. Just tell us a little bit about some of the places you've been.
Yeah, well, this is year 29 overall in coaching. 22 of those years was on the collegiate level. My wife and I sometimes joke that we've been to the Carrier Dome and we've been to Madison Southern. And that's awesome. No shot at Madison Southern. It's just, I've also taken teams to Pikeville and played where I'm originally from. So, but it doesn't matter, Coach.
Sure.
It's really the game. It's young people. It's preparing them for life through basketball. And that's my biggest enjoyment about it.
Sure. That's, and that, I tell you what, the course of this year, man, it's a tough environment to come into this district. This district is, I've said it for years, Coach. I've been in here. I'm glad not to be standing on the other side of the scores table from you. I told Rob I'm glad to be watching across the gym tonight. But what I say is, this is a tough district. And I don't know what impression that's made upon you in your first year.
Yeah, this district is unbelievable from top to bottom. You got traditional powers. You have new schools. And what I mean by new, in the last 10 years, Frederick Douglass is one of them, along with Great Crossing, Henry Clay. I mean, it's just unbelievable. And now Sayre. And I was telling a friend of mine, he was like, you guys play Sayre tonight. I said, Sayre is really good. Mm-hmm. And I did not want to play them for senior night. You know, us coaches, we use that as locker room material.
Sure, you're right.
And
you're right.
That is not the case. I inherited the schedule, and there was nothing I could do about it. But Sayre is a really good basketball team. They're very well coached. They got really good players. So we got our hands full tonight.
Sure. Well, strides that your team's made over the course of this year. I know that I saw y'all play early, but I've also seen you play here recent, and just think really just kind of glued up a little bit and come together in some ways that it's hard to get teams to do.
Yeah, it's been a challenge. I take on that challenge with a lot of confidence because we got really good players, but the young people, they've bought into what I've asked them to do. They're coming together. Just like Sayre, we have guys that play football that are an integral part of our team, and it's taken them some time to get in basketball conditioning. Mm-hmm. And once we got to that point, I think the sky's the limit. And my goal is just to be playing our best basketball before March.
Sure. Keys to this game tonight, Coach, and I'm going to let you go. Give me some keys that's going to help y'all to be on top of Sayre's part of the season.
Yeah, we have to dominate the paint. And I mean that by rebounding and defensively. We have to dominate the paint. We got to keep Kaufman from offensive rebounding. He's one of the best offensive rebounding guards that we've seen this season, averaging about 8 a game, which is very impressive. We got bigs that don't average 8 rebounds a game. And then we got to do a good job on number 12. Instead of names, I know numbers.
Sure.
Number 12 for them is a phenomenal post player. I believe he's going to Bellarmine to play baseball. But he's a heck of a basketball player, super athletic. So it's going to come down to defending, hitting our free throws, and playing for 32 minutes.
Coach, it's good speaking with you this evening. Good luck to you and the Broncos.
Thank you.
Yep.
Central Kentucky Driving School is raising the bar in driver education because the safety of their students is too important for anything less. Offering driver training for teens and adults, Central Kentucky Driving School will equip you with the skills needed to become a safe and confident driver. A proud community partner, Central Kentucky Driving School invests in their students and families and guides you every step of the way. For more information, give them a call at 859-538-7775 or visit drivecky.com.
Let's get real. With us, you'll get a great education that can lead to a great career faster. Even better, you won't end up with crippling debt. College for the real world. College for your world.
Calling all football fans. Come on down to Roosters, where the wings are hot, the drinks are cold, and the good times never stop. Roosters is where you can catch all the action of the game and enjoy a delicious meal. Choose from 15 varieties of sauces. Even try our burgers, salads, and out-of-this-world pizzas. Something for everyone at Roosters. Dine in, carry out, or let us cater. Open late for the Night Owls. Visit our Richmond Road location or off Nicholasville Road by Walmart.
We all want our kids to grow up safe and healthy, so we show them how, and we tell them with honest conversations that let them know what we expect. That's especially important when it comes to alcohol and other drugs. Kids need to know the dangers and how to avoid them. And when it comes to pain medications, opioids, they need to know that they should never be taken without a prescription and never shared with friends or family. It's dangerous and illegal. So talk with your kids, because when you talk, they hear you.
People want to define Gen Z, but that's our job.
I wait tables, but last week I built a field hospital.
I put out a forest fire.
I stopped 1,000 attackers.
At a natural disaster.
I've saved lives.
And led a team on patrol.
I serve.
Well, I go to school full-time.
While I work full-time.
The greater the challenge, the stronger we become.
This segment of tonight's game is brought to you by the Kentucky Army National Guard. Serve your country while going to school or work full-time. Find your fit at nationalguard.com.
Back live at Frederick Douglass High School, the Farm. Central Kentucky High School basketball at Sayre and Frederick Douglass. Now for Tim's keys to this matchup, presented by Tech 24. They're offering new career opportunities in Lexington in the commercial food service repair industry. You can contact Brad Wilson at 864-549-8344 or visit mytech24.com. We heard both coaches talk about what was important. How do you see this game tonight for Sayre?
For Sayre, you know, anybody plays the way Douglas gets after you, it isn't organized. They do get after you and get a little frantic sometimes, but it's organized. And what I say is it can be a bad turnover for some teams. So I think Sayre's going to have to limit their turnovers tonight. They can't let that generate some offense for Douglas. They've got to get the shots they want. That's another key for Sayre. They can't settle just to get one that's maybe close to what they need. They need to get the shots they need to help them kind of control that tempo, and they got to box out to limit second chance points for Douglas.
Coach Garvin was very complimentary of Jackson Howard, 18 points and 11 rebounds, and he's that tweener. He's 6'6", can play multiple positions.
Very mobile, gets after it really well. Him and Kaufman both, and he has been. Kaufman has done that even since a young age. Just has a nose for the ball, and I think for Douglas, one of the things they need to control those boards, just like what Murray said. But they're going to have to speed Sayre up, use that tempo a little bit. They're going to use some defense for offense. He does switch that defense some. He can still get after you in a couple of different ways, and Coach Goodman alluded to that. And what I say is, if you're not prepared and you have guys on the floor, that can be a bad prescription for some quick points for the Broncos.
This Bronco team this year, now they've won 12 in a row, third most in school history, and really they've been on the verge of dropping one of those over the last dozen games, including the game versus Manual on Saturday, down 9 with 4 minutes left.
Which makes sense. I mean, all good teams, you see it every year. You hit teams and they move up in rankings and they're having successful seasons, and then you know what? They get complacent and they go play a team that gets hot. So what I say is that was probably good. It was eye-opening. They didn't have to drop one. But it also might have been a good wake-up call and a check yourself before you wreck yourself moment for the Broncos moving into district.
His team above 48% from the floor. They shoot free throws well. You've seen them a few times. Is there any one part of the game maybe they do need to clean up moving forward?
I've seen them in a couple of different scenarios, and I do think there is times where, especially that I noticed more than anything, is when they had a lead, that there was some complacency. So that, just that play hard all the time, grit, if these guys and the length they have, the athleticism they have, and the way they shoot it, if they got that grit all the time, they're going to be a tough out, not only in this district, not only in this region, but possibly down Rupp Arena.
Take one more timeout. Starting lineups tip off on the way back. You're watching Central Kentucky High School basketball on Glycod.
For any of your window, door, and siding needs, contact the team at Elite Building Products. Their factory-certified, licensed, and insured contractors have been installing energy-efficient windows and doors for over 30 years. They also offer energy tax credits and military veteran discounts. Locally owned and open weekdays at 242 Wilson Drive, just off of the 27 bypass. For a free estimate, call 859-887-2440. Elite Building Products.
Home of excellent service, support, and satisfaction, Lexington Outdoor Power Equipment is your one-stop mower shop. Family owned since 1985, Lexington Outdoor offers top brands like Husqvarna, Toro, Grasshopper, and Echo. Plus, free pickup and delivery. Located just 2 miles west of Douglas High School, they're open weekdays and most Saturday mornings. For more info, stop in or visit their website at lexoutdoorpower.com. Lexington Outdoor Power Equipment, the right equipment for the right job.
A new year means next level math, but even the best teachers can't always provide the personal attention each child needs. Magnesium has a solution to help any student excel. Our caring, highly trained instructors use a range of teaching modes that ensure true foundational understanding. We're not about rote memorization. The Magnesium method develops the critical thinking and problem-solving skills they need to succeed, with the option to learn face-to-face online at home or face-to-face at one of our 1,000 neighborhood learning centers. Magnesium, we're changing lives through math.
Let's get real. With us, you'll get a great education that can lead to a great career faster. Even better, you won't end up with crippling debt. College for the real world. College for your world.
At Don Franklin, we're about more than just selling cars. We're about families, generations of them. Founded by my parents in 1968, we've been here growing alongside you. From the first family car to the newest model for the next generation, our values of trust, care, and commitment are in every handshake, every deal. With over 5,000 vehicles to choose from, check them all out at donfranklinauto.com. Don Franklin, driven by family.
Central Kentucky Driving School is raising the bar in driver education because the safety of their students is too important for anything less. Offering driver training for teens and adults, Central Kentucky Driving School will equip you with the skills needed to become a safe and confident driver. A proud community partner, Central Kentucky Driving School invests in their students and families and guides you every step of the way. For more information, give them a call at 859-538-7775 or visit drivecky.com. This segment of tonight's game is brought to you by Central Kentucky Driving School, raising the bar in driver education. Man of War Harley-Davidson, 100% Kentucky owned and operated. And by Don Franklin Auto, driven by family.
Be right back after this for live basketball.
Central Kentucky Driving School is raising the bar in driver education because the safety of their students is too important for anything less. Offering driver training for teens and adults, Central Kentucky Driving School will equip you with the skills needed to become a safe and confident driver. A proud community partner, Central Kentucky Driving School invests in their students and families and guides you every step of the way. For more information, give them a call at 859-538-7775 or visit drivecky.com.
Let's get real. With us, you'll get a great education that can lead to a great career faster. Even better, you won't end up with crippling debt. College for the real world. College for your world.
Calling all football fans. Come on down to Roosters, where the wings are hot, the drinks are cold, and the good times never stop. Roosters is where you can catch all the action of the game and enjoy a delicious meal. Choose from 15 varieties of sauces. Even try our burgers, salads, and out-of-this-world pizzas. Something for everyone at Roosters. Dine in, carry out, or let us cater. Open late for the Night Owls. Visit our Richmond Road location or off Nicholasville Road by Walmart.
We all want our kids to grow up safe and healthy, so we show them how, and we tell them with honest conversations that let them know what we expect. That's especially important when it comes to alcohol and other drugs. Kids need to know the dangers and how to avoid them. And when it comes to pain medications, opioids, they need to know that they should never be taken without a prescription and never shared with friends or family. It's dangerous and illegal. So talk with your kids, because when you talk, they hear you.
People want to define Gen Z, but that's our job.
I wait tables, but last week I built a field hospital.
I put out a forest fire.
I stopped 1,000 attackers.
And a natural disaster.
I've saved lives. And led a team on patrol.
I serve.
Well, I go to school full-time. While I work full-time.
The greater the challenge, the stronger we become.
This segment of tonight's game is brought to you by the Kentucky Army National Guard. Serve your country while going to school or work full-time. Find your fit at nationalguard.com.
Tonight's starting lineups presented by Roosters, a fun, casual place and a great place to watch tonight's game on Glycott. Brock Kaufman leading scorer for the Spartans at just under 19 points a game. He'll be joined by Pennington, Howard, Staley, and Parker. Starting five for the Broncos on senior night, DeMarcus Surratt, 15 points per game. J.J. Jenkins at 14, followed by Avion Chenault, Tate Robinson, and Logan Busen. Tonight's officials highlighted by Andy Dunn, Robert Gant, and Tony Colella.
Good experienced crew. It's a good crew for a game like this.
So glad you joined us tonight for Central Kentucky High School basketball. An outstanding matchup between Sayre and the Douglas Broncos.
We're off two throws. Took them 2 throws to get that one started, but we're off and going.
So J.J. Jenkins going to apply pressure up top to Brock Kaufman. Kaufman from the elbow.
Good handoff action, but man, you got to block Kaufman out. We talked about it early on. He's a rebounding guard now.
Averaging 8 offensive rebounds per game. Chenault races and a travel on the follow-up possession. This series has been controlled of late by Sayre. Sayre winning the last matchup in overtime, February of 2024, the lone win in this series. Entry pass stolen away. There's Avion Chenault. Dumps it down to Jenkins, and J.J. has the Broncos on the board.
Transition defense is going to be so big for the Sayre Spartans tonight. They're going to have to get back down the floor because...
And a deflection out of bounds back to Frederick Douglass.
Again, one of the first keys we talked about as well, just to limit those turnovers, and that one high in the front court there, coming in to start the offense.
To Chase Parker up top for this Sayre defense, giving up some 52 points per game. Pull up 3 from Jenkins is on the board.
Jenkins really a really good 3-point threat for Douglas, and shot that one with confidence right there.
JJ with all 5 of the Broncos' points. And Sayre up against it a bit early as Robinson applying ball pressure on Chase Parker. As Parker spins out of it, and there's Surratt, all that length causing the miscue, and a touchdown. Broncos lead, and just like that, a Sayre 30-second timeout. We'll take one as well. Back in just a moment.
Let's get real. We offer a lot of the same courses you'll find at a four-year college. But with our small classes and personal attention, you won't get lost in the crowd. College for the real world. College for your world.
Stuck on the road? Call Martin's Peterbilt Mobile Service. Our 24/7 commercial roadside service, truck and trailer repair, and warranty service will have you back on the road in no time. Call us 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Martin's Peterbilt, keeping you rolling.
You're watching Central Kentucky High School Basketball from Glycod.
7-zip Broncos. Just over 90 seconds gone by.
Broncos doing a good job in that half court, really being tough and not trying to switch, trying to get through screens and being tough through those screens, of course, applying pressure on the ball.
As Jackson Howard right through Kaufman, it's going to find Staley near sideline. As the Spartans try to get on the board here and put an end to this 7-0 spurt. There's Parker. Nice overplay by J.J. Jenkins.
Another steal.
There's Tate Robinson. And Robinson to the bucket. And the game's first foul on Jackson Howard. Let's take a look at the preceding turnover caused by DeMarcus Surratt.
Just, again, pressuring on the ball, but also just pressuring in the passing lanes. And, I mean, that's something that a lot of teams, they get away from. They pressure on the ball and really try to make the dribble hard. But, man, you give that pass a rough go, you can – with athletes like Broncos have, they're gonna give you some problems.
Tate Robinson making that huge three versus Bryan Station on Friday.
He's been a great addition to that bunch. He's
has he ever?
Good shooter.
Very solid beginning for Frederick Douglass, an 8-0 lead.
Sayre's got to stop that bleeding. There's a switch right there on the screen. They're going to probably switch every time Kaufman. Man, great job by Avion Chenault. You know, I went to him. He was down there before everything got started. He was still in his street clothes. And I went over. I said, Avion, you remember? He said, no, I remember you, Coach. I said, I'm glad to see you playing, man. I said, because if you're going to be in school here, I said, yeah, I'll enjoy watching you from up here a lot more than I will coaching against you. But I'm glad to see him out there.
Right on cue, ripping that rebound away, and Chenault will toe the foul line.
Tough kid. Does a whole lot for his team.
This will be Avion's 8th game, and certainly a tremendous football talent, of course, signed with Western Michigan University in the MAC. He wanted to be a high school student for a little bit longer.
I love that, man. I really do.
And what an addition he is to this already loaded team.
He's just such a phenomenal athlete, and athleticism takes him probably a lot more, takes him further a lot more than his basketball talent, to be honest with you. But he's such a phenomenal athlete that he just makes things happen.
Avion gets the roll there. And Sayre scoreless for the first 2.5 of this opening quarter. There's Pennington finding Brock Kaufman.
Frederick Douglass doing a good job being in the help side as well.
And Chenault able to poke that ball away. J.J. Jenkins back to the trailer. Chenault. Avion accelerates, and a foul on Sayre's Jackson Howard.
Just so shifty with the ball, and he always has been, and he does a good job attacking the rim.
First foul on Howard. Chenault 1 for 2. Will head back to the free throw line.
Again, Sayre's going to have to do probably just a little bit. They got back that time, but it was more of a back pedal, and they were kind of on their heels, and they weren't able to make Douglass have to get back and run like a good half-court offense. They haven't had to do that yet.
Caden Jones checks in for Sayre. He'll wear number 3. 2-point per evening score. Chenault, one of his first 4. And Chenault with the offensive rebound from Busen and a miscue, and it will belong back to Sayre.
Busen, another just a football kid, but man, he's been a starter with these guys for such a long time. He does so many things it's just phenomenal, and the rebounder that he is.
Game's first foul on the Broncos. DeMarcus Surratt called for riding Jones up the far sideline.
Got to run past that guy, get him to turn. I always used to tell guys guarding people in the backcourt, try to turn them as many times as you can before you get to half court. Make him change hands.
There's Chase Parker back in the corner. Sayre needs a bucket down 9.
They got to stop the bleeding.
Jones thought he was going to pull up. Instead, he lofts it down, and theatrics.
Booyah on that. He's had some good ones here of late.
Yeah, Surratt took it easy. Had a 360 on Friday. There's a looper from Kaufman. His second offensive rebound, and this time it will net free throws.
Somebody's going to have to put a body on him. When that ball goes to the board, Kaufman's not your average point guard getting back. He's going to the rim with a nose for the ball.
So Brock Kaufman 4-2 as Surratt 4 early points.
There we go. Stop the bleeding a little bit. Now maybe we'll see if Sayre maybe try to get a little full court press, slow them down a little bit, and make the Broncos have to execute in the full court right here. And they will. Sayre does a good job pressing the basketball in the full court as well.
Here is Surratt, some length, arcs it across to Tate Robinson, and Robinson lofts in the lane. Offensive board applied underneath, and that's going to go down.
Tough rebound, tough finish.
That's James Clare, fresh into the game, a 6'3 senior on senior night.
Jenkins doing a heck of a job on Kaufman.
Savion Staley from 12, and Busen rips down that rebound. And Logan chiseling his way for the basket.
It's coast to coast right there. That's tough.
And another Sayre timeout. Back in 30 seconds. You're watching Central Kentucky High School basketball from Glycon.
Let's get real. With us, you'll get a great education that can lead to a great career faster. Even better, you won't end up with crippling debt. College for the real world. College for your world.
You're watching Central Kentucky High School basketball from Glycod.
A red-hot beginning for Frederick Douglass. 2 early Sayre timeouts. 15-2 Broncos.
Right, Coach Goodman didn't have a choice. He's got to go ahead and get it stopped. And it's just basically going to be, you got to take care of the ball. Again, don't settle. Get the shot you want. Keep attacking the rim. Get you a few putbacks. I know their 2 points they got came off offensive rebound by Kaufman. So what I say, they just got to settle in. It's not too late. It's still early in the game, and they're just going to have to find some things that give them some success right here.
So Logan Busen ripping the rebound and then just took it, accelerating all the way to the basket.
And coast to coast, that's impressive. That's the thing about the 5 guys out here. They pretty much every one of them can handle a basketball, and Busen included.
6 Broncos have scored in the first 4.5 minutes of this game. There's John Palumbo, shadowed by Tate Robinson. Savion Staley, nice crease, and Parker lays it in.
Gambled a little bit right there, did Douglas. They went and trapped, and when they did, man, they found the open guy.
J.J. Jenkins arcs a 3, well short, and there's Parker digging out the rebound. The Sayre ball.
See if Broncos still apply it full court pressure right here. Not too much, kind of token. Just to find Kaufman early.
Kaufman with a handoff to Caden Jones, and Jones back to John Palumbo.
Good defense by Douglas. Good patience by Sayre. Get that shot you want.
Kaufman tried to come to a jump stop, coughed it up. Busen again with a layup opportunity. Finding DeMarcus. And how about Clare off the mark that time? And there's Kaufman with a strong Sayre rebound.
3 dandy looks.
Now Chase Parker lays it up and in.
Good tack the rim and finish by Mr. Parker right there. They needed that. Couple more of those, couple stops, couple of buckets. You're right here.
And Brock Hoffman called for a hand check up top.
You know, you don't realize how long Tate Robinson is until you really watch him. He gets down and guards, and he's got some good length to him, Tate does.
Well, he's certainly one of the best marksmen in high school basketball.
Good-looking stroke for sure.
53% three-point shooter. Surratt trying to do something against Chase Parker up top.
Great D by Parker.
Jakari Talbert entered the game. Finds Surratt for the dunk.
No dribble. Attack the rim and finish with two hands.
Surratt with 6. And a foul. It's like a hold underneath on Douglas.
Probably did, trying to side front him, but he had his backhand on the back side of him. That'll usually get you.
Kaufman will pitch it in underneath for Sayre and finds a wide open Jackson Howard. Great out of bounds underneath.
Good call right there for Coach Goodman. Just a little pick the picker, if you will.
So Sayre doing some good stuff on dead balls. 17-8, Broncos with a lead. There's Talbert behind, and the ball coughed up by Terry Kaysen.
Tough by Kaufman right there to just come away with it. That's just some good strength.
Diagonal look, and the basket in again for Howard.
Sayre creeping their way right back in it. Keep doing good things and keep getting back on D. See if you can score the ball, then they get in that press, they're able to slow them down a little bit, and that transition defense is not much of a factor.
Under a minute now in this first quarter.
Now Douglas's turn to be patient, get the shot they want. Looks like going to wait for one. Unless Kaufman makes them do something different.
There's Talbert all the way to the basket, threw it right behind Kaysen again. Strong arms that pass. And the arrow in favor. Looks like it's going to be actually, Frederick Douglass.
Good take right there. I don't know that you don't finish that right at the front of the rim.
27.8 in this quarter.
And then on his behalf, on Kaysen's behalf, if they're going to guard you like that and you can turn the corner, then you need to go ahead and go to the basket. But just probably not take it that deep. Got into too many Spartans that time.
And Chris Wright is on the floor, number 0.
Another good player for Douglas. Been around a long time.
He has.
He's been in the mix of some big games.
Such a seasoned team, a deep team. There aren't too many blemishes. Talbert lost to Chenault under 10 now. There's James Clare at 5. Great pass. Wright tries a 3, and there's the rebound by Parker, and that's going to wrap up first quarter. The 17-10 Frederick Douglass lead after a 9-0 beginning. We'll step aside, be right back. You're watching Central Kentucky High School basketball on Glycod.
New year means next level math, but even the best teachers can't always provide the personal attention each child needs. Magnesium has a solution to help any student excel. Our caring, highly trained instructors use a range of teaching modes that ensure true foundational understanding. We're not about rote memorization. The Magnesium method develops the critical thinking and problem-solving skills they need to succeed, with the option to learn face-to-face online at home or face-to-face at one of our 1,000 neighborhood learning centers. Magnesium, we're changing lives through math.
You're watching Central Kentucky High School basketball from Glycod.
Chris LaBar alongside former Scott County boys basketball coach Tim Glenn. Welcome back to the farm. A 17-10 Douglas start, but a nice resurgence by Sayre to get back in the game.
Crawled right back into it, and Douglas did a good job with some patience there at the end of that quarter. They got a great look from Chris Wright there to finish the quarter out, so it's not been bad. Sayre a little sloppy to start off with, just really not getting back and stopping them in transition, but I think they've learned their lesson. I believe Coach Goodman, he'll have them ready to go. You got to stay in this thing. Don't let it get away from them here on senior night for the Broncos.
The Sayre basketball out of the dead ball. Spartans a winner on Friday in their last district contest, defeated Scott County 71-45. And we'll see Sayre on Friday as well as they host Bryan Station. There's Kaufman spinning and lofting and connecting.
It's a nice move, little spin to create the shot, almost a step back along with it to get a little bit of space on Surratt there, and against that length he's got.
Brock Kaufman now with 4 points, and Sayre within 5. There's DeMarcus Surratt, coughs it up. Now Chase Parker finds Jones on the left, followed by Parker is in. And a Douglas timeout. Broncos pause play for 30, Sayre within 3, and we're back in 30 seconds.
Don Franklin, we're about more than just selling cars. We're about families, generations of them. Founded by my parents in 1968, we've been here growing alongside you. From the first family car to the newest model for the next generation, our values of trust, care, and commitment are in every handshake, every deal. With over 5,000 vehicles to choose from, check them all out at DonFranklinAuto.com. Don Franklin, driven by family.
You're watching Central Kentucky High School basketball from Glycod.
Brock Kaufman, just such a great athlete as he fuels this live ball turnover.
He's just so athletic, so quick. And again, Sayre putting some pressure on Douglas now and getting in their passing lane a little bit. Got a couple of turnovers that's mattered.
Skip pass over to Jakari Talbert.
Good switching up top.
Surratt arcs it underneath, and Chenault hesitates and then puts it in.
Got lost on a switch down low right there. Good switching up top, but they lost Chenault altogether.
That'll stop a nice Sayre run as it's now a 19-14 Bronco lead. Parker has that ball deflect off of a shoe top, and there's Jones to dig it out. And how about that athletic move by Jackson Howard?
Good and long. I tell you what, just reached out, stride out, and make a good 1-2 dribble move from way past the top of the key when he started, and a good athletic finish.
3-point lead. Broncos led by 7 after 1, but by 9 in the first quarter. As J.J. Jenkins patrolling baseline and lost it out of bounds, deflected last by number 12, Jackson Howard of Sayre.
Spartans had about 3 deflections on that one drive right there by 2 different guys. So, I mean, again, they got a few stops under their belt. They're figuring out what to do, and, it can be interesting here from here on out. Both teams getting after it.
Jakari Talbert to trigger it in. Nice find. J.J. Jenkins lofts it everything but as Busen cleans it up. And there's Howard with a rebound. And Pennington called for a carry.
Believe he might have. Kind of gave that hesitation step, and when he did, he got that right hand under the ball just a touch maybe. If he didn't, it looked like it.
Pennington with a reach in. It's going to be touched last by Luke.
Pennington, a good tough kid as well. Like I say, he's going to work to get that thing back.
And that ball may have been touched last. It was by Chase Parker as he closed in on Surratt.
Surratt's got to go ahead and try to catch that ball with his butt to the sideline. That way you can see down the floor. They've got him on that twice. One was a turnover, one deflection.
There's Busen weaving his way in the lane, and he called for a shuffle.
Another deflection by Sayre that caused that turnover.
If you're watching, great crossing also on Glycod. They are demolishing Henry Clay 43-16. Middle second quarter. There's Pennington up top. Skips it underneath, and Howard with the completion.
Great find. Great find right there. And a good finish by Howard. That's a tough play.
And Kaufman with the interception. Braxton takes it hard, and DeMarcus Surratt called for the foul.
And got a chance to take the lead right here, Sayre Spartans did. Basically, well as I do, this game comes down to round ball going in the hole, and that's whoever scores the most of those wins. But I tell you what, Sayre's back in this game because they've not let Douglas score very well for about the past 5 minutes.
That's Isaac Hughes. I thought it was Kamate Braxton, but it's Isaac Hughes, 6'1 junior, that will shoot 2.
Tough play. Took it right at the rim. Got a chance to put the Spartans on top.
Again, this is a Sayre team. They took Station to overtime on Friday. And they are loaded with winners.
No rest for the weary. I tell you what, I love what Coach Goodman said, iron sharpens iron. I tell you, you come out of this district, you got a chance, buddy.
And Sayre with their first lead as Isaac Hughes connects on both free throws.
It took both of those timeouts by Coach Goodman to take this lead. I know that. It took both of them.
J.J. Jenkins from Logan Busen. Takari Talbert. And you know Pennington's going to be all in his business.
Sure.
Talbert, great pass to Busen.
Good extra pass.
And Talbert out of bounds as he tried to connect with Tate Robinson.
Sayre, another great defensive stop right there. Just good job being in the right places and being active off the ball as well as on it.
Oh, wonderful defense. And J.J. Jenkins gives Douglas the lead. J.J. with 7.
Good defensive play right there.
Kaufman and Jenkins, that's a wonderful matchup up top.
Sure is. And when Jenkins, I noticed Jenkins, if he doesn't have him, then they've got either Surratt or Chenault on him.
Brock Kaufman veering. Chase Parker, a lot of length, laid it up long, and Parker closed and commits a foul.
Good offside board by Jenkins right there. Kind of right place, right time, but good tough rebound. Exactly what you said right here. Mr. Colella's giving them a little warning. Him and Pennington kind of getting into one another before to start the.
I think Dakari may not be too appreciative of that as you read body language up here.
Yeah.
And Busen will rifle it in play to Avion Chenault that just did re-enter the game. So Broncos by 1, led by 9 after 1.
Avion, he's always been able to come right off that football field and handle that basketball. He's played a lot of basketball in his life for sure.
Talbert could not get it to go in, and the rebound's going to leak out to Staley. And look at Chenault back to intercept it.
So fast, I'm telling you. He's just so fast.
And Logan called, and it will be possession back to Sayre.
Good strong move to the basket. Good sale of the foul by the Spartans right there. He beat him to the spot, let him get him in the chest, and he really sold that thing. Sometimes that's all it takes.
Second foul of the quarter on Douglas. First on Logan Busen as Sayre tries to retake the lead. It's Caden Jones.
Ran at him that time with Takari.
Jones through the double, and nice overplay by Case, and Busen runs the floor. Jenkins cleans it up, lobs it up and in.
I mean, tough play, staying with it. Oh my gosh. Deflection by Chenault that time, almost forced a turnover.
And that one may have been forced and blocked by Jenkins as the lead back to 3.
About had Robinson on that far wing. Busen was looking for him. He already had the pass in his mind.
There's Talbert spinning away. Great find from Robinson, and Chenault steers it short as Kaufman scoops away the Sayre rebound. Staley ties the game.
Wow. He said, if you're not going to come out here, I'm just going to set my feet square up and let it go.
A 19% three-point shooter. Staley ties the game, and Jenkins off to the left as Jones with a rebound. Great find. Kaufman up and in, and a Bronco foul.
It's a heady basketball play right there. Get him in the air, jump into the contact, take the hit, bounce off, and make it, and now go get you one extra right here. Great play by Mr. Kaufman.
Well, he is just so clever.
You know, it's as he's played in football, very cognitive football player. Those things carry over to different sports, baseball, basketball, football, soccer even, that you can tell a kid that's kind of got a cognitive way about the way he plays the game.
He'll go down, if not the best, one of the top athletes in Sayre history.
I would definitely agree with that for sure.
The lead now at 3, Sayre's longest, as we near 2 minutes in this first quarter. Spartans have overcome a 9-point difference in the opening period, and a travel up top. Going to be whistled on Travis Jones.
Caused by the pressure right there, just pressure to get in that pass. He's made that dribble tough, but also was trying to make the pass tough by 2 different Spartans right there, one on the ball, one off.
Howard skips it across. Kaufman steers in a 3.
He can do that as well.
Kaufman with 12 unofficially, and the Spartans by 6.
Good find by Howard right there to attack the elbow and find him on that opposite corner.
James Clare to his left, which is his strong hand, will draw a Sayre foul. It's on Savion Staley.
Clare makes a strong move to the basket had a couple of rebounds. Really tough going strong back to the basket. It's a great move right there towards the hoop.
So Clare, 2 early points. So we take one more look at the Brock Kaufman triple. Clare's role has really expanded as this season has continued, providing some reliable minutes off the bench and point production.
He's developed really well as a player, especially coming into this season here. I remember seeing him as an early player over here, and he's really developed to do a few more things.
Nice grab by Brock underneath, off, nearly tapped in by Howard. It's going to find Savion Staley.
Howard's keeping it alive right there is why they have the ball now.
Caden Jones lofts it on the run for the basket.
Tough play. Oh, my gosh. Really tough play. Fearless, as Coach Goodman said, as he took that one off the bounce.
Nearing the 42nd mark of this first half. There's Clare spinning. J.J. Jenkins, a strong drive. What a great take, but he's going to be called for a charge.
Probably did. That was a great job on Sayre's part to let that guy funnel him right to you, and he kind of got set and was able to set up and again sell that charge when he felt the contact.
We'll see what the Spartans do here in the balance of this first half. Oh, turnovers. Jones threw it away.
About got it back.
And Kaufman, the beneficiary. With 13 seconds left.
Better take care of it here.
Sayre has outscored Douglas by 15 in this quarter. Jenkins drives and a big answer to close the first half. Sayre, a tremendous second quarter, outscoring Frederick Douglass by 13, and after 2, 33-27. We'll step aside, more coverage from Central Kentucky High School basketball in just a moment.
Children love Head Start, and you will too. Community Action Council's prep academies are hiring now. Head Start is an early childhood education program for children from birth to age 5. Help us give more children the Head Start advantage.
Teacher, what are you waiting for?
Join our team of dedicated education professionals. Apply online today at comaction.org. What are you waiting for?
At Don Franklin, we're about more than just selling cars. We're about families, generations of them. Founded by my parents in 1968, we've been here growing alongside you. From the first family car to the newest model for the next generation, our values of trust, care, and commitment are in every handshake, every deal. With over 5,000 vehicles to choose from, check them all out at donfranklinauto.com. Don Franklin, driven by family.
For any of your window, door, and siding needs, contact the team at Elite Building Products. Their factory-certified, licensed, and insured contractors have been installing energy-efficient windows and doors for over 30 years. They also offer energy tax credits and military veteran discounts. Locally owned and open weekdays at 242 Wilson Drive, just off of the 27 bypass. For a free estimate, call 859-887-2440. Elite Building Products.
Are you an HVAC and refrigeration tech looking for new opportunities? Tech24 is your single source for commercial HVAC, refrigeration, and kitchen equipment maintenance all across the country. We have exciting career opportunities with great pay and benefits in your area. To learn more, contact Brad at 864-549-8344 and check us out on the web at mytech24.com. 864-549-8344.
Home of excellent service, support, and satisfaction, Lexington Outdoor Power Equipment is your one-stop mower shop. Family owned since 1985, Lexington Outdoor offers top brands like Husqvarna, Toro, Grasshopper, and Echo. Plus, free pickup and delivery. Located just 2 miles west of Douglas High School, they're open weekdays and most Saturday mornings. For more info, stop in or visit their website at lexoutdoorpower.com. Lexington Outdoor Power Equipment, the right equipment for the right job.
A new year means next level math, but even the best teachers can't always provide the personal attention each child needs. Magnesium has a solution to help any student excel. Our caring, highly trained instructors use a range of teaching modes that ensure true foundational understanding. We're not about rote memorization. The Magnesium method develops the critical thinking and problem-solving skills they need to succeed, with the option to learn face-to-face online at home or face-to-face at one of our 1,000 neighborhood learning centers. Magnesium, we're changing lives through math.
Tonight's halftime report is brought to you by Mathnasium of East and West Lexington, sponsor of tonight's Scholar Athlete. Mathnasium unlocks the math potential in every child.
Back alongside former Scott County boys coach Tim Glenn, I'm Chris LeBar, and welcome back to Central Kentucky High School basketball. That was quite a second quarter by Sayre.
Quite a second quarter. I mean, you know, it boiled down to exactly that first key we talked about limiting turnovers. To start off with, they had so many turnovers that led right to runouts by Douglas. That's how they were able to kind of jump on them, if you will. And then right after that, they didn't get stops really well. They were scoring, and then they came down and they settled a little bit. But after that, it's been all Sayre. They've cut the turnovers down considerable and been able to play really good team defense.
Spartans outscored Douglas 23-10 in that second quarter. Wow. What's been the key for them on defense, though, for the Spartans?
I think, one, transition. They stopped Douglas they made him come down and set in a half court and actually have to do some motion, get them in a half court situation where they had to make 3, 4, 5 passes, and that's what's really helped them to get stops.
You got Brock Kaufman, 12 points. Jackson Howard has 8 unofficially. Chase Parker with 6. And then Savion Staley doesn't shoot threes very well, but, boy, he made a big one for him.
That's what I say. Sometimes you just feel it, no matter what that percentage is. And Staley said he was way well beyond that top of the key. He said, nobody's guarding me. I'm letting her go. And, he connected, and it was big. Put him right up.
You see an and one here coming up for Brock Kaufman, and he's just in the thick of everything they do in all facets.
It's really interesting to see how Jackson and Howard look for one another, but then the rest of the team looks for them. So the team kind of realizes what it goes through, but then there's been big components with these other guys. They all know their roles. They're coming together, and, like Coach Goodman says, he just feels like they're getting better and better each week.
Should be a very interesting second half. Broncos, again, they've won 12 straight, but they've been here before. They trailed Manual by 9 with 4 minutes left on Saturday and found a way to eke that one out. Sayre by 6 at half. Second half coming up next on Glycod.
For any of your window, door, and siding needs, contact the team at Elite Building Products. Their factory-certified, licensed, and insured contractors have been installing energy-efficient windows and doors for over 30 years. They also offer energy tax credits and military veteran discounts. Locally owned and open weekdays at 242 Wilson Drive, just off of the 27 bypass. For a free estimate, call 859-887-2440. Elite Building Products.
Calling all football fans. Come on down to Roosters, where the wings are hot, the drinks are cold, and the good times never stop. Roosters is where you can catch all the action of the game and enjoy a delicious meal. Choose from 15 varieties of sauces. Even try our burgers, salads, and out-of-this-world pizzas. Something for everyone at Roosters. Dine in, carry out, or let us cater. Open late for the Night Owls. Visit our Richmond Road location or off Nicholasville Road by Walmart.
Research has shown high school sports to be a great community influence. Join scores of local businesses that have partnered with Glycod in sponsoring live, hometown-oriented sports programming on our video and social media platforms. For more information, email info@glycod.com.
Let's get real. We offer a lot of the same courses you'll find at a four-year college. But with our small classes and personal attention, you won't get lost in the crowd. College for the real world. College for your world.
With Fast Signs, create custom deep-sea signage that makes the wait a visual escape. Fast Signs, make your statement.
When it comes to vaping, the truth can get clouded. So let's make it clear. Vaping is not safe for youth.
Because vaping can put microscopic particles into your lungs.
And dangerous things like metals into your body.
And nicotine, which can harm a person's brain development through their mid-20s.
With appealing flavors, high nicotine levels, and lots of promotion on social media.
Many kids think vaping is harmless, but it's not.
So talk to your kids about the risks of vaping.
Because when you talk, they hear you.
At Don Franklin, we're about more than just selling cars. We're about families, generations of them. Founded by my parents in 1968, we've been here growing alongside you. From the first family car to the newest model for the next generation, our values of trust, care, and commitment are in every handshake, every deal. With over 5,000 vehicles to choose from, check them all out at donfranklinauto.com. Don Franklin, driven by family.
This segment of tonight's game is brought to you by Central Kentucky Driving School, raising the bar in driver education. Man of War Harley-Davidson, 100% Kentucky owned and operated. And by Don Franklin Auto, driven by family.
Well, we'll see what both teams choose to focus on as we get set for the second half. Sayre by 6.
And you know, Frederick Douglass, they had some really good looks that just rattled, didn't go in, maybe they didn't go down, but they were the right look. They were the shot they wanted. They had some unfortunate balls that kind of rolled on and off the rim down there. So what I say, you know, you had those dry spells, and they just hit a little dry spell there, but the Spartans took advantage of that, and when they weren't scoring, the Spartans were. So
This is a Sayre team that comes in 14-6. They're 1-4 versus the top 100 in the RPI. This unquestionably would be the best win of their season. But again, Douglas has been here before. They've been in games that could have gone either way against very credible teams.
And I think they dropped a couple of games early, if I'm not mistaken, where I think football was still in session and going, or those kids weren't all the way in yet. And, so a couple of those losses might have been a little bit on the premature side to focus on the record. But that's part of high school basketball, part of what it happens.
Sure is. Spartans started 0-2, losing at Madison Southern and then at home versus Frankfurt. So Broncos ball to start this second half. Original starters for both teams.
Pennington's had a few of those where it just kind of disrupts the offense, gets a hand on it. About got him another one. Oh, but left Jenkins wide open.
And JJ knocks in a big three for Frederick Douglass.
Little gamble right there. That bit him a little bit for the first possession.
JJ now with 12. And the lead cut in half.
Sayre does a good job of breaking out to get that wing open, and when they don't, they immediately go back door looking for a backdoor cut.
There's Chase Parker on the drive. Elevates over Robinson and in.
Wow, what great footwork to get that shot off and the composure to put it in the hole.
Parker with 8 unofficially. The lead at 5.
Sayre going to go a little 2-3 now, looks like. Nope. Match up. They showed it 2-3.
Houston feeds J.J. Jenkins. Back out Avion Chenault for a 3. And deflected off of Tate Robinson.
Robinson had the position right there. I'm not too sure that Parker didn't maybe deflect that out of Robinson's hand.
Chenault colliding with Staley for a moment. And Avion called for the foul.
Here again, we kind of talked about, as far as some things that could bite Douglas, is that complacency. You took that big lead right there. You got a little bit of complacency. Lost maybe some of that grit that got you that lead. But then again, you can't just take away from Sayre's adjustment either.
There's Luke Pennington up top. And the high-low too high and out of bounds over Brock Kaufman.
Good job by Jenkins fighting over top of it, make them have to lob that pass. And they had a guy there on the backside, just an errant pass, but that pressure applied. Good defense by the Broncos.
See what Frederick Douglass does. J.J. Jenkins on the way up, and he's called, or will initiate a foul call on Brock Kaufman, it appears.
Sure is.
So J.J. Jenkins has been the most productive Bronco offensively tonight.
Keep waiting on Surratt to get that ball in his hands and just erupt a few times. He's got the potential to just take off and score every point of a quarter sometimes.
Well, as does Tate Robinson, the ability to make threes in a flurry. Thus far, Robinson only 1 point. And the lead at 4 is Jenkins trying to reduce it to 3.
Sayre's done a good job covering out on Rob. Really not gave him any really good looks. I think he had one early out of that left corner.
JJ with 14, the lead at 3. It was 6 at half, and a foul underneath, it looks like. Is it a hold on Tate Robinson? Or JJ Jenkins will be the guilty party?
I believe Jenkins was, on his left side.
Lob, nice pass, and a foul by Robinson. As Chase Parker sneaks in.
Snuck in there, no screen, just kind of stepped away, and then a real quick cut right to the middle, lobbed up. You can sometimes do that. We used to have a play call where the inbounder just made sure that the guy guarding that cutter was not looking. And if that's the case, you just throw it right in behind him and let a good athlete go get it. That's what happened there.
Takari Tauber checks in for Frederick Douglass as Tate Robinson will sub out. And Chase Parker, one more free throw. Oh, my.
Considerable short.
Out of bounds to the Broncos.
That was from the 13-foot free throw line. Needed about 2 more foot on that one.
There's DeMarcus Surratt.
Sayre doing a good job of making Douglas have to play and adjust to what they're doing.
Great pass. Chenault to DeMarcus Surratt.
Somebody better be careful. That might get Surratt going.
That's off the mark. Perhaps ill-advised from Chase Parker as Dakari Talbert able to rope that one in.
There's Surratt here.
From the elbow,
Great
blocked
defense
by Howard.
That ball didn't have a chance to get past it.
Parker skips it to Pennington, and an astute play as he'll head to the free throw line.
Here again, like you said, astute, cognitive. He knew what to do. Got him in the air, stayed in his way, and got the shot off. He's going to get 2 free throws for it.
Second foul on J.J. Jenkins. 4 of them now in this quarter. And that's 2 back-to-back air balls for Sayre from the foul line.
There's your free throws that you mentioned. And, again, there's one thing that you can do to remedy that. That's shoot a whole bunch of them. If you do a whole bunch of anything, you're going to get better at it. So,
well, as a coach, define a whole bunch. How would you?
You know, there'd be times where we would shoot pieces of 25, chunks of 25, and then try to get 100, and we charted them. I had coaches that would chart each goal, coaches or managers.
Wow.
Great move. Very crafty by Avion Chenault. Showed his athleticism to do it.
And just like that, the Broncos retake the lead. They were down 1.5, and just like that, they were down 6 at half, and now they're up 1. Pennington rifles to Brock Kaufman. Kaufman fade away.
That's tough.
Perfect.
Right there. That is tough.
There's DeMarcus Surratt inside the line. Dakari Talbert hoists a 3 and knocks it in.
He can shoot that, and he's set up well right there by Surratt.
Dakari's first 3, and Kaufman could not tie the game. There's Surratt gathering the rebound.
That's a man's rebound right there. Pennington gets his hand on another ball.
And Avion times it. And a Sayre 30-second timeout. Just like that, the Broncos lead 41-37. We'll step aside. Back in just a moment.
Bold impression when you show up in a new Kia from Cartown Kia.
Save $4,250 off a new 2024 Kia Sorento, or lease for $279 down and $279 per month. At new 2024 Kia Fortes, just $229 down and $229 per month. Or save more with rates as low as 0.9%.
And don't forget our 10-year, 100,000-mile limited warranty. Give them something to talk about in a new Kia from Cartown Kia and CartownKiaUSA.com.
You're watching Central Kentucky High School Basketball from Glycod.
Logan Busen with the assist, and here's Avion Chenault with the theatrics.
You know, Avion, when you see him full speed like that and he gets the ball, you just almost start to wince because you don't know what he's going to do with it. I mean, you almost think, man, he could have windmilled that thing, but hey, 2 points is 2 points. Right, lay it in. That's a smart man.
Broncos outscoring Sayre 14-4 in the first 3.5 of this third quarter.
Wow, settling in. But you can't count the Spartans out yet. They've answered it once. They'll probably answer it again, I'd say.
There's Brock Kaufman. Skip pass. Isaac Hughes short. And the rebound catapults to Terry Kaysen that's just checked in.
Good find.
Travis Jones could not get that to go in. Kaysen cleans it up.
Kaysen tough. Attack the rim right there in transition. Just a rebound transition board and 2 points.
Terry Kaysen, his first field goal. Broncos now by 6. Sayre has several new faces on the floor, one of whom is John Palumbo, and he'll draw a foul.
Good find.
15 foul.
Good find right there. Palumbo snuck in on the backside, and the Spartans kept their composure and dropped it down to him. He took it towards the goal, and he's shooting 2 for it.
Palumbo's first point, 52% free throw shooter on the year.
Coach Garvin doing a good job rotating these guys, keeping them fresh. Going to try to keep that pressure on the Spartans. If you do that, the fourth quarter will be yours.
This is a high-quality game between two really good teams. Xavier Chenault skip past Jones. Kaysen tees it up. Swirls out. Jackson Howard lofts to Brock Kaufman for the Spartans. There's Kaufman chiseling his way in, and he's going to be rewarded with 2 free throws.
Kaufman got downhill right there. He looked like a running back, got through the line and took 2 people with him. Just a strong driving guard with a good touch, I might add.
Kaufman season high 26. Had that on a few occasions this year. We saw him against Henry Clay very early in the season, and he labored from the free throw line since. He's improved some, up to 60%. But Tim, you figure deep in close games, he's going to have the ball in his hands. He's going to have to make some free throws.
Going to have to get comfortable, and he's still got time to do that. But it takes work, man. It's a repetitive motion that you can get really good at that with a lot of reps.
Dakari Talbert spins it underneath, and Chenault could not put it down.
Got it where they needed it.
There's Jackson Howard driving.
He's just long. When he reaches out, he's like the Inspector Gadget. That arm just goes out.
Avion Chenault with the answer and a foul.
Good tough finish right there. No need to wiggle it around before you lay that one in, Avion. He just took it strong, took the hit, and laid it in. Going to get him one more for it right here.
Well, the speed of pace with Dakari Talbert as well.
Yes, for sure. He's got him going up and down. And he's looking for the other guy. He's doing a good job of incorporating all the teammates.
Strong drive, and that's Isaac Hughes that lost it. Look at Surratt, those strides, and a foul.
Again, I keep just waiting for him to just bust out and they can give him the ball and score it. He's been a kid that can create his own, come off of screens, and just an explosive scorer. So I look for him to have him a good little 4-5 minute stretch right here, and this could be the start of it.
We've seen him before, and to your point, he'll labor and be, lying in the weeds, if you will, but he'll get 12 points in the span of 3.5, 4 minutes.
Yeah, he's explosive, and he just has a really good knack for scoring. He's definitely a big, long scoring guard.
48-42. Been really a tale of a couple of quarters. Sayre dominated the second, and Douglas has responded equally in this third quarter.
Avion on Kaufman, that's a good matchup right there because the strength of both of those guys and the quickness and speed as well.
Now Palumbo able to squirm free, and a foul underneath on.
I don't think Coach Goodman wanted that foul to be called. He's going to let Kaufman tee that up from the corner, looked like.
Could be on Avion Chenault. Some suspense leading into that foul call. As John Palumbo back to the free throw line where he just made 2.
Yep, he will get 2 shots for that. They are in the bonus.
These are hidden points in a ball game that are very crucial.
Mr. Palumbo is going to be able to boost the team free throw percentage a little bit. That's good.
Chris Wright checks back in for his second stint. Right, number 0 there to the left of John Palumbo, who's at the foul line.
2 again.
And Sayre's going to sub Luke Pennington for Palumbo, and a round of applause for John as he'll trot to the Sayre sideline. So the lead at 4 is Travis Jones into forecourt, and Kaufman there to knock it out of bounds.
Good job. Got in behind Pennington right there, but good job pursuing him. He felt his presence, and about got a turnover out of that.
They're just under 2 minutes now in this third quarter. Jones spins out a great take, but could not complete the play.
Great take. Again, they had that in the first half. They got the ball where they wanted it.
And there's Jones.
Transition. Great transition. Jones, good finish.
Caden Jones sneaking in for his 4th point.
Sayre right back in it. Douglas now looks like going to try to run something off a set right here.
Now Talbert trying to squirm by step back 3. And look at Kaufman soar for that rebound. Jackson Howard blocked by Chenault. Howard ties the game.
That's tough. That's a tough play right there. Howard realized kind of had a mismatch, and again, just reached those long arms out and gets it off the glass. And if he misses that thing, he's got the length to clean it up.
Under a minute in this third quarter. A dynamite game from the farm. Broncos winners of 12 in succession. Chenault arcing it high and in.
Great job, left hand. Spinning back. Sayre really doing a good job of getting that ball up the sideline, trying to get a little transition opportunity themselves. Oh, that's got to be. Yep,
yeah, sure does. As Kaufman just plows right through Chris Wright.
That's a good call. And
only the 4th team foul, however. But the 3rd on Brock.
Kaufman wanting in, he was moving. Yes, he was, but he led with that elbow.
Got a hold. Is that a hold on Pennington? That's going to be 2 free throws. So hold away from the ball, much to the dismay of Coach Goodman and the Sayre coaching staff.
Sure is. Took Kaufman out right there. I don't know if he may try to enter him back in.
Travis Jones
offense
with the free throw. Now Brock with those 3 fouls as well. Jones 10 of 11 from the foul line this year. That swirls out. Surratt soaring for the rebound, and how about that effort?
Wow. He came across, that ball came off the right side. Surratt's on the left. He actually came across the lane, jumped between 2 Sayre Spartans and grabbed that ball and was able to have an opportunity to power that back up and receive the foul. That's just, I want it more than you do right there.
DeMarcus for 2. Take one more look at that offensive rebound.
He comes from across the lane, between 2, gathers himself. Really tough. That's what you call a grown man rebound right there.
Left a point on the board there is Pennington with 25. And Surratt, I believe, going to be guilty, or was that James Clare?
I believe it's James Clare got him.
So that's 11. 2 free throws as well.
Sure is for Pennington. The Broncos left 2 on the board. Let's see what Sayre does.
Now Pennington, he's really struggled. 41% on the year. The last one prior to that was an air ball.
That's got to be frustrating for Coach Goodman. It really does.
Surratt with a rebound. So in essence, a turnover as the Broncos can have the final possession of this third quarter. They trailed by 6 at half.
Good job getting one. You got 3 seconds.
Serrata loft one from 3, and that's going to wrap up the third quarter. 52-48, Frederick Douglass over Sayre. You're watching Central Kentucky High School basketball on Glycod.
Let's get real. With us, you'll get a great education that can lead to a great career faster. Even better, you won't end up with crippling debt. College for the real world. College for your world.
People want to define Gen Z, but that's our job.
I wait tables.
But last week, I built a field hospital.
I put out a forest fire.
I stopped 1,000 attackers.
And a natural disaster.
I've saved lives. And led a team on patrol.
I serve.
Well, I go to school full-time. While I work full-time.
The greater the challenge, the stronger we become.
This segment of tonight's game is brought to you by the Kentucky Army National Guard. Serve your country while going to school or work full-time. Find your fit at nationalguard.com.
Broncos by 4 as we get set for the fourth, 52-48. Tim, should be a final exciting eight minutes of this game.
It's going to be interesting to see the free throw. Coach Hicks was a man of many sayings. He was very famous for many of them that he would say to different referees and coaches tried to state new things, but one he always would say, kind of jokingly, but he'd say there's two things that aren't around very long. And one of them is dogs that chase cars, and the others is teams that don't make free throws. So that is probably very true.
With 7:50 left, Sayre possession. Brock Kaufman on the floor, Savion Staley, a three well short there. Parker able to grab that rebound, tapped again. And how about Busen?
Came out of there again, grown man rebound.
J.J. Jenkins off and tapped out. Looked like touch last perhaps by Brock Kaufman.
Sayre's got to be careful. That was a rebound transition at the rim right there. They've got to make sure they get back. Don't give them too many of those in this final quarter.
Chris Wright to rifle it in underneath for Frederick Douglass. And a foul in wide open confines by Chase Parker.
You got to get him that because, I mean, that caused him to step across the contact from Parker. Not a bad foul, but was enough to probably had to be called. Because if not, you're going to give him the ball. You can't give him the foul and the ball. So
there's DeMarcus Surratt trying to set up this offense. J.J. Jenkins been very productive tonight. Double-figure scoring tonight for J.J.
It's going to be a big possession right here for Douglas. This could be a kind of a determiner. That's a good look for Wright.
And Wright fouled on the closeout by Staley.
Man. Defensive mistake right there because it was a good look by Wright, but Staley did a good job of contesting that thing. You got to give him room to come down and follow through on that shot without the contact.
But Wright is about 5'8", and Staley is 6'6".
Yeah.
Free throw is off.
He contested it well. You just can't run into him.
I'll check that free throw went in. So that's two in a row for Chris Wright.
Yep.
It's a big turn of events.
Good little shooter.
And Chris Wright knocking in all three huge Frederick Douglass free throws.
Douglas going to sit back kind of in a zone right here now. Try to locate out on the shooters.
Get him out of the way. Hey, man, you're in the way. There's Pennington. Over now to Kaufman. Pennington drives with the left. That's off. Pennington able to follow. And a foul. Looks like it's going to be on Sayre again.
Got a little hectic right there, just grabbing. But I'll tell you what, Mr. Pennington has a tough rebound putback for him down there. And but man, just a flurry of rebounds every which way. Douglas can't give up those. Let them be one and done. When they miss, Douglas has got to come up with it. They can take control of this thing here in the next couple minutes if they'll do that. Sayre going to trap in the backcourt now. Find him in the middle.
Here's JaMarcus Surratt. Jenkins to the basket for two.
Great look for Surratt, and Jenkins just following through, running the floor right there. Rewarded with a easy layup.
And Sayre really up against it now. They trailed by 11 in the first quarter. This their deepest disadvantage since Kaufman probing. Kaufman tries a three. Oh my, off the side of the glass and right, digging out that rebound. There's DeMarcus Surratt up and in, and the lead back to double figures.
Tough, used his body really well right there. Stayed away from the defense. Coach Goodman needs a timeout.
Be right back after this. Broncos by 11 on Glycod.
Central Kentucky Driving School is raising the bar in driver education because the safety of their students is too important for anything less. Offering driver training for teens and adults, Central Kentucky Driving School will equip you with the skills needed to become a safe and confident driver. A proud community partner, Central Kentucky Driving School invests in their students and families and guides you every step of the way. For more information, give them a call at 859-538-7775 or visit drivecky.com. You're watching Central Kentucky High School Basketball from Glycod.
The lead at 11 as the Broncos starting to open things up. What's been the big turn of events?
You know, free throws, for one thing, I think, you know, it's both teams have got them. Douglas has probably made a few more of them. Douglas may have a few more than Sayre, but two, I think Douglas has kind of settled in. The past few possessions, they went with that zone and put Jenkins out on the point of it, cut down on Kaufman's penetration, and you know, it really kind of stopped some of Sayre's movement. They had that 5-out movement, and you can't do it against that zone that Coach Garvin put in there. So a good adjustment defensively for the Broncos. Let's see if the Spartans adjust here.
Still 5:52 to play.
Looks like the Spartans or the Broncos now, they went back to their man-to-man. So
there's Pennington. Now
gonna have to get him help. Gonna have to get him help, and they did. Good job.
There's Jackson Howard.
Good defense by the Broncos. Good man-to-man, switching.
Now Pennington has a crease baseline and a foul underneath. It's on Douglas. J.J. Jenkins sneaking in.
Jenkins got there. I just don't know that he got all the way set. I think he was kind of anticipating it a little bit, and I don't think he got to a point where he was set. Mr. Gant wouldn't give him to it, gave him a block. And the Spartans need a couple of these free throws right here.
Pennington now has dropped 4 in a row from the foul line.
Houston's going to have to put a body on Jackson Howard.
That's going to end a 7-0 run by Douglas to start this fourth quarter.
Going to run at him a little bit. Great spacing on the floor.
Now Chris Wright retreats for a three. Chenault closing and connecting.
I tell you, just attacks the rebound, the offensive rebounding.
Avion has been so big tonight on the offensive backboard. Brock Kaufman knocking in a three.
Man, just so smooth in his set. He's got a shot that has a small margin for error, if you will.
There's Logan Busen. Surratt fills.
Good composure. Just kind of kept his feet right there and just really good composure.
Got a Broncos 60-second break. We'll be right back. 63-52. Frederick Douglass, you're watching Central Kentucky High School basketball on Glycod.
Glycod on YouTube is Kentuckiana's fastest growing high school sports video site. When you click to subscribe, don't forget to tap the bell and be notified of our upcoming live broadcasts and other unique video content. Subscribe for free now at youtube.com/Glycod.
With Fast Signs, create striking custom visuals that inspire pride district-wide. Fast Signs, make your statement.
You're watching Central Kentucky High School Basketball from Glycod.
The lead at 11 for Frederick Douglass as we welcome you back. Murray Garvin trying to lead this team to their 13th straight win, and they seem to be, moving forward right now, doing some good things in this second half.
It's not been an easy 11-point lead for them to achieve, that's for sure. And Sayre's, you can't count them out yet. We saw them make up ground fast, and again, but they're just going to have to keep getting stops and not settle. They need to get the shots they want, like the last one they got from Kaufman. Frederick Douglass back in that man-to-man defense. Everybody's switching again. They seem to be doing a little better when they go on the switch rather than fighting through.
There's Caden Jones. Entry.
Houston's going to need some help on that left hand.
And Howard up, and he'll head to the free throw line.
Houston's got to remember he goes strong to that left hand that way. He's going to have to get up on that left-hand side and make him turn back to his right, and then hopefully have somebody come over from the help side.
Jackson Howard for 2 free throws. Murray Garvin so complimentary of Jackson's game in your pregame discussion.
I told you, I think he looks like Inspector Gadget when he attacks that rim. That arm comes out and just keeps going, lays it in.
I think you're dating yourself there with that reference, Tim.
That's probably so. That is probably so.
The lead at 10.
Sayre's probably going to trap this inbounds. Yep, here it comes. Great look.
And Busen idling it to Chenault, back to Dakari Talbert.
They're not leaving Robinson.
And Talbert short on that one. Under 4 to play. Savion Staley spinning. Now Jones, little runner won't go. And there's Kaufman trying to clean it up.
Jones made one like that in the first half.
Howard drains it from the elbow.
Good little jumper. Not trapping yet.
Skip past Tate Robinson. Bingo!
That's the guy they want shooting it right there.
And Robinson connecting on his first 3 tonight.
Great find, kind of 2 feet in the paint, kind of an inside-out 3, if you will. And yeah, I bet he makes a bunch of them.
Just over 3 to play. As the Broncos,
they go back into that zone. Kind of a 1-1. It's kind of a drop, a 1-1-3, where the top guy will drop in that middle.
There's Chase Parker off the mark. And how about Kaufman? All that girth from Busen able to rip it away. There's DeMarcus Surratt, skip pass, Avion Chenault. In for 2 more.
Just gets it right underneath the goal. Not much you can do with it, but it's created by his teammate Surratt.
Now Parker underneath. Is Sayre really up against it here? Staley steers it in.
He's 2 for 3 tonight. That'll boost his numbers.
Sayre's going to call their final timeout. We'll keep things here as the Spartans within 10. Again, Staley, a 19% three-point shooter coming in. He's drained 2 out of 3. Now, what's the discussion like in that huddle, Coach? Down 10 with 2:37 on the clock.
You got to make some things happen defensively up here. It can't be as much of a gamble, especially with this much time left, but you do have to play for the ball. So I think that's one thing that I always used to talk about, saying, all right, right now we got to play for the ball. You don't be content to let them pass it or let them dribble it. We got to pressure them and try to make some things happen. They're probably going to look for times that they can trap, and hopefully, in order to make up points quick, if you can do it, turning defense into offense, I'm sure that's what Coach Goodman would like for him to do.
And the Broncos, as they try to coast to another win, this team, they've beaten thus far a good Sayre team tonight, and not been the Broncos' most crisp effort, but you look up and they're still up 10 points.
No, and that's what I say. You got to think about all of the different opportunities they've had right at the goal that's either just rolled off or, went in, should have made it and didn't. And, we've had a bunch of those actually on the Broncos side. We look down, I think me and you mentioned, you come over here to Douglas, and I see old Mr. Timothy Newsom, and them guys have been around so many years, and there's old Lavelle Martin down there. We mentioned him earlier. He does a lot for the kids, and he just really does love basketball when you talk. He's a big cut-up, but he's a familiar face over here in this all this orange.
He sure is. Does so much for these athletic programs all across Central Kentucky. There's not a night where we don't see him somewhere.
Yeah.
Curry Talbert sprinting into front court.
Great move, though. Gosh, good inside out. Kept his hand on top of it, took it inside out, had it in front of him, and just, got away from him. But that's the right play. That's a good job by him.
Caden Jones on the handle for Sayre with 2:20 on the clock. Kaufman drains that one.
If you give him a little bit, he makes you pay for it, man. Now Douglas is going to have to handle the ball right here.
Sayre void of timeouts, begging for deflection off of Douglas.
That was close. And be honest with you, I think they want Avion down the floor. That's good, yeah. You'd want Avion down the floor. He's a finisher. You want those kind of guys down here that can be the recipient of
Surratt able to run under that,
sure
and
did.
Pennington called for a foul. The fourth team Sayre foul.
So at this point, Douglas will be in the bonus from this point on.
Yeah, that's only the fourth, so of course coming up after the subsequent foul. So one more side out. And Dakari Talbert going to sprint back to pitch it in play. Only a 7-point lead. Broncos trailed by 6 at half.
All right, right here, Douglas needs to get a good shot. There's no sense in settling.
And a foul up top on Parker.
It's tough by Surratt. They're really getting after him right there. Parker's a tough defender, man.
Fourth on Chase Parker, and Surratt for 2 free throws.
What is Parker? Oh, they're saying that's the fourth. Is that correct?
Yeah, that was his fourth on the on-ball foul. But the 5th team foul.
5th team foul, okay.
So Surratt, 80% free throw shooter.
Tough. What is Parker listed at? What is his height that he's listed at?
Only 6'3", but I'm not sure I buy that.
I know that's a legit 6'3" when I see him. He stands right with Surratt there, and a great athlete on top of him.
But he plays larger.
Yes, he does.
Longer. Parker skip pass. Caden Jones tries a 3.
Good look.
A little bit long, and Chenault well above the cylinder, and a foul as Brock Kaufman attacks the backboard.
He's just an animal down there, man. He's just flat. Again, it's just one of those things. It's just I want it more than you want it. And if that's the case, he comes out on top of a lot of those things. On the football field as well, I'm sure. What's the old Montana State? I've actually used that on. What's the guy? I can't. Coach Green, I think his name is. He said, I need you to be like that third monkey trying to get on Noah's Ark. Sometimes that's.
What sport?
It's football.
Dennis Green, not Dennis Green.
Yeah.
Dennis
I think
Green?
Maybe who it is. I can't remember. I think it's Coach Green. That's what he said. That was one of his big sayings. He said.
There's 2 for J.J. Jenkins, and the lead back to 11. 90 seconds left. Caden Jones lofts at baseline. And
there
Kaufman,
he is again.
he's going to play to the end of the horn.
He is unbelievable. Great move.
Jenkins, and now it's 3-on-1.
Uh-oh.
Dakari, oh no.
They wanted to loft that thing up for him.
And an and one at the other end as Robinson commits the foul on Caden Jones. And Dakari Talbert's going to be asked to sub out here as Murray Garvin's going to lift him after the miscue.
You got to lay that in, big man, the district game. That's got to be a sure thing if you're going to throw that lob around stuff, that's for sure.
Travis Jones going to check in.
Sayre not out of the picture now. I mean, All it is a couple of turnovers and a quick basket, and this thing gets real interesting again.
And a stop for a moment there. Might have another Broncos sub coming in as well. Logan Buson's going to check in as Tate Robinson subs out.
Tate just didn't get many looks, but if you notice, man, they always had a guy. He had a guy shadowing him pretty hard wherever he went.
And Jones able to connect there, so it's back to 8. Against Sayre out of timeouts.
Coach Goodman doing a good job of subbing on those free throws so he can do a little coaching to set up some defense right here. Correction on the scoreboard, I think, is what they're trying to do. Those stoppages in play are important during a time like, especially with no timeouts.
There's DeMarcus Surratt. And Sayre is above 5 team fouls, so certainly a favorable circumstance here for Frederick Douglass under a minute left. And Parker's going to foul out as he tried to tie up DeMarcus Surratt.
You know, you got to be careful. You always tell a kid on Surratt's part, you got that ball, and he realized they were going to probably have to try to foul him, but you can't just cover up with that ball because Parker did the right thing. You just reach in and put your hands on it. I don't know that was actually a foul. If that takes him, was that his 5th? Or they didn't call it on Parker?
I thought the preceding was 4th. Maybe they did not call that one on Parker. There's the free throw.
But Surratt can't cover that ball. He's got to keep it moving right there and, pivot and chin it and being tough with the ball. If you cover up, those guys reach in and get a jump ball in a bad situation.
And lead back to 10. Parker lofts a 3, a little bit long that time, and the long rebound floated back in play for Sayre.
With it.
Savion Staley. And that should be Parker's 5th as he climbs the top of Avion Chenault. Okay.
Oh, wow.
Who'd they call it on?
Foul on Jenkins is what they called.
Okay. 42.5 left.
Wow. I couldn't see where that exchange would even come from. He must have been under the goal trying to work out to that rebound right there.
Let's take a look at the shot from Staley, which originated the play. And there's 2 J.J. Jenkins, and
probably, maybe got him a push in the back is what they called that right there.
Kaufman tries to initiate contact. It's short. Pinballed around, and Travis Jones out with it for Douglas as they're going to win their 13th straight game. And Jackson Howard able to crease for 2.
They're going to have to take care of the ball. 22 seconds.
And Murray Garvin going to stop play for 30. More high school basketball coming up on Friday. Should be a good one as Sayre will host Bryan Station. And then Tuesday it's Douglas at Henry Clay. Coverage both nights at 7 p.m. Great Crossing, a huge win, 90-58 over Henry Clay tonight, also on Glycod.
They must have been clicking on all cylinders by the halftime score over there for sure.
How do you handicap the 11th region at this point?
You know, when you look at, I think, right now you got Douglas and Crosson and Station kind of maybe the front runners, but I think Madison Central's a sleeper. I think Henry Clay's a sleeper. I think Sayre's a sleeper. I mean, they're showing right now they can play with these guys, and what I say is we still got 2 or 3 weeks of season left, and you don't know what happens with players involved and with progression in the next 2 or 3 weeks. That's why I say there's 2 or 3 real good and solid ones, and the 11th region, man, it's just it's a battle, and there's a lot of tough outs in it.
Well, Lex Cath, despite losing so many kids last year, they're having a fine season.
Having a fine season. I got to see them the other day over at Lafayette, and again, they're impressive.
There's Avion Chenault on the long pass.
Wow.
And Chenault called for a charge with 15.6 left.
Wow. What a great defensive play. Who took that? Was that Kaufman that took that right there? Wow.
We'll take the inbound here as we take.
That
it sure was.
else.
Sure was.
Yeah, I saw him getting up.
Parker's three partially blocked by Chenault. And Brock, tremendous effort. And how about Palumbo with a save, and that's going to wrap the game up.
Great effort by the Spartans to finish right there. Played to the horn.
These two teams are going to play again next Friday night. But tonight, the Broncos over a very feisty Sayre team, 74-68. We'll be back, wrap things up, and have your most outstanding players right after this timeout.
Let's get real. We offer a lot of the same courses you'll find at a four-year college. But with our small classes and personal attention, you won't get lost in the crowd. College for the real world. College for your world.
Children love Head Start, and you will too. Community Action Council's prep academies are hiring now. Head Start is an early childhood education program for children from birth to age 5. Help us give more children the Head Start advantage.
Teacher, what are you waiting for?
Join our team of dedicated education professionals. Apply online today at comaction.org. What are you waiting for?
People want to define Gen Z, but that's our job.
I wait tables, but last week I built a field hospital. I put out a forest fire.
I stopped 1,000 attackers.
And a natural disaster.
I've saved lives and led a team on patrol.
I serve.
Well, I go to school full-time while I work full-time.
The greater the challenge, the stronger we become.
Are you an HVAC and refrigeration tech looking for new opportunities? Tech24 is your single source for commercial HVAC, refrigeration, and kitchen equipment maintenance all across the country. We have exciting career opportunities with great pay and benefits in your area. To learn more, contact Brad at 864-549-8344 and check us out on the web at mytech24.com. 864-549-8344.
Home of excellent service, support, and satisfaction, Lexington Outdoor Power Equipment is your one-stop mower shop. Family owned since 1985, Lexington Outdoor offers top brands like Husqvarna, Toro, Grasshopper, and Echo. Plus, free pickup and delivery. Located just 2 miles west of Douglas High School, they're open weekdays and most Saturday mornings. For more info, stop in or visit their website at lexoutdoorpower.com. Lexington Outdoor Power Equipment, the right equipment for the right job.
For any of your window, door, and siding needs, contact the team at Elite Building Products. Their factory-certified, licensed, and insured contractors have been installing energy-efficient windows and doors for over 30 years. They also offer energy tax credits and military veteran discounts. Locally owned and open weekdays at 242 Wilson Drive, just off of the 27 bypass. For a free estimate, call 859-887-2440. Elite Building Products.
Make a bold impression when you show up in a new Kia from Cartown Kia.
Save $4,250 off a new 2024 Kia Sorento, or lease for $279 down and $279 per month. And new 2024 Kia Fortes, just $229 down and $229 per month. Or save more with rates as low as 0.9%.
And don't forget our 10-year, 100,000-mile limited warranty. Give them something to talk about in a new Kia from Cartown Kia and CartownKiaUSA.com.
Tonight's post-game recap is brought to you by Cartown Kia, your dealership for unmatched design, performance, and savings at 3120 Lexington Road in Nicholasville. Visit them online at cartownkiausa.com.
Back live at Frederick Douglass. Final score tonight, Broncos win their 13th straight. They defeat a gutsy Sayre team 74-68. Time now for your Elite Building Products Most Outstanding Player. Elite Building Products, proud to support high school athletics on Glycod and locally owned with commitment to providing top quality products for your next home project. Visit EliteKentucky.com or stop by their Nicholasville showroom at 242 Wilson Drive. And really self-explanatory tonight for Sayre with Brock Kaufman.
Yeah, I mean, he did so many things. His knack for rebounding, but it's really amazing, and how he can do that from a point guard position, the way he handles the ball. But then he just does a great job of attacking what you call rebounding gaps. He goes in those rebounding gaps, and a lot of times makes a read on which gap to go into, and that, along with shot the ball really well behind the arc, and attacked the rim, and also involved the rest of his teammates. So just a good team leader.
So actually, we showed you J.J. Jenkins. J.J. Jenkins, the Broncos' most outstanding player, and of course for Sayre it was Brock Kaufman. I thought J.J. did some good things as well.
J.J. again, well-rounded in what he did for his team tonight as well, rebounding, attacking the rim. He also led the Broncos off with the first made three of the night for them, and just did a lot of things. And good player for the Frederick Douglass.
Broncos back in action on Friday. They'll travel to Scott County, and Sayre back on Friday will host Bryant Station. We'll have that for you on Glycod. Then more high school basketball next Tuesday as the Broncos travel to Henry Clay. Again, coverage both nights starts at 7 p.m. That'll do it for us tonight, live from the farm. Thanks to our studio coordinator, Steve Bird, Joe O'Million on camera, and, of course, Tim Glenn, our analyst. I'm Chris LeBar. Good night from Central Kentucky High School Basketball on Glycod.
From Glycod, this has been Central Kentucky High School Basketball, presented by Bluegrass Community and Technical College. College for the real world. College for your world. Tonight's game was brought to you by Cartown Kia in Nicholasville. Movement that inspires. IBEW Local 369. Power up your potential. Mathnasium of East and West Lexington. Changing lives through math. Roosters, a fun, casual place for wings and more. Martin's Peterbilt of Central Kentucky. Community Action Council. New Vista. Tech 24. Lexington Outdoor Power Equipment. And Fast Signs.
For schedule information about our upcoming broadcasts, visit our website, glicod.com, Facebook and Twitter @Glycod. We thank you for tuning into this live sports presentation from Glycod.